What's Battle Network about? Oh, dude. No. Gregory, let me explain. As Megaman Battle Network's strongest warrior. So Megaman Battle Network was, you have a net navi, okay? So instead of Megaman being a robot out in the world, instead you have net navis, which are like, yeah, like a personal assistant kind of thing. And you have this little device that we didn't have smartphones at the time, really. So you have this little device that it lives in called the PET. So it lives in there. And then you would jack in, all right? You'd jack in, and you'd take a little jack from that device and plug him into a jack so you could get him on the internet. Okay, so your little assistant, which for you was your net navi Megaman. Okay, you take your net navi and you send them out, and they'd go on the internet, and you'd control them or communicate with them from there. And viruses existed, so they would do virus busting. So you'd jack in and bust, and you would kill off viruses and things. And then there were also plenty of people that were like, you know, doing nefarious things on the internet with their net navis. So you'd like fight other net navis, and the gameplay was the most fun. I'll show a picture. The gameplay was the best. Very simply, the best. It looked like this, okay? So you have your board on the left, their board on the right. You move around in real time. You move around, you can go up, down, left, right, you know, into any of these squares that are your color. You can move very quickly, right? And it's basically press A to use a chip, which is like, you know, a little skill that you have, or B to just shoot your buster. Your Mega Buster forward. So the things on the right, they'd have an amount of health and you just have to kill them, right? So the thing is, there would be a bar up at the top that would fill over time. And whenever it would fill, you'd press a button and it would stop the battle. No, don't say it's basically a card game. No, don't say that. That gives the wrong impression. Meow. So when the bar fills and you press it, it pauses the battle that was moving in real time and then pulls up a chip folder and lets you grab a couple of them, which is why people say it might look like cards. It's not cards. It's just a couple of skills you can pick up and put on you so that when you press A, you use them in the order you selected them. That's all. So then you do that little select a couple chips phase and say, okay, good. You unpause the fight. And then again, you're moving around in real time and you're fighting things on the opposite side. It was fun as fuck. It had one of the best OSTs. The story was all solid, very tight for each one. I loved it. And yes, you did deck build a little bit. Like you'd go out, get chips, and you could put chips in a folder, and then whatever was that in that folder is what the stuff, you know, you could grab from was when you'd be in a fight. You've truly seen nothing exactly like it before. No, there's nothing like it. Sometime later, there was an indie game made within the past, you know, however many years called One Step from Eden that someone made that's a little similar, but it's not so similar that I'd be like, oh, you could just play that instead. You should just go replay Battle Network. They made a Battle Network collection, didn't they? They did. They did indeed. It might be up on my Nexus actually, but yeah, they did make a Battle Network collection, so you could go and replay them. I will say you don't need to play the first two games. The first two games were them figuring it out phase, and it was a bit clunky. Not worth it. 3 is a good spot to start. It was one of the better games. I would say start with 3. Blue or white version, doesn't matter. Just pick whatever. And then I think the ones you need to play are 3, 5, and 6. 4 wasn't bad. I still like it. 1 and 2, very easy to just skip, to be honest. They're still good. So if you have a lot of time, go play them. But I would say play 3, 5, and 6. Just do that and you'll have a good time. And if you want to go back and replay another one, you can. I really wish they would go back and make a new Battle Network, because I think if you could fight people over the internet, you know, in real time, the net battles could go absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane. 3 and 6 were your favorites? I think most people liked 3 and 6 the most. I have a really big love for 5. I really liked some things about the way battling felt in 5, but they were all good. The GameCube one, which is the same world and story, but more traditional. Oh, that was Network Transmission. Yeah, Network Transmission was good too. I liked that game a lot. I think I liked that they kept the same story and world. I liked the idea of Mega Man being net navi rather than a robot. I just liked that better. I think the OST for that game was so fucking good. Okay, the Battle Network era OSTs and Network Transmission, anything from that like world, the OSTs were crazy good. So 100% recommend you play it. Yeah.